They always say that when a girl replies, don't reply immediately. Reply after 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, it is. We are live. Surprise! It's a Thursday, but I am live streaming. But I'm actually not live streaming for video games. I actually have a an old mic, and I got it working. Thank God it is working, and now my voice is now extra crisp. So hopefully, this will be the start. As the title and the description of this live recording says, this is a live podcast recording. So this will be my first episode of a series where I get to talk about things that I like, some things maybe that you've seen on the internet, and some things that you know anybody would like. So to formally start our podcast, it's really weird kasi first time ko to talaga eh. But I like talking. Talking is one of my things that I really like to do. So this hits home. So just to formally start everything, hold on. We are going to be wearing this because we have to be spiffy and really ready for everything. Oh, it doesn't fit my neck anymore, but does it fit my neck? So I'll get a real bow tie. Don't worry. All right, we are now prim and proper, and this will be the episode that we will have our first recording for our podcast. All right, let me just get into the mic here so you guys can even hear me even better. So let me just adjust the camera as well. Right here. That's perfect. Look at that. Spiffy and pretty. Okay, so our podcast today's would be about the first episode would be about one of the topics that I really kind of hits home for me. And it's really, really interesting, especially today in this modern world that we live. It's called Gen Z dating. What am I talking about Gen Z dating here, right? So I want to be really clear and concise that I'm not a professional at these things. I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who likes to live in the internet and research stuff with everything that he owns, with every resource that he has. Diba? So I'm not really particularly good at all. I'm not a professional, so whatever I say in this podcast, please don't take it seriously. Just a suggestion, okay? So our topic for today, like I said, is about relationships here in the 21st century, which is Gen Z dating. Gen Z dating is basically my generation in the dating scene. So why am I specifically just talking about that? Why this generation that we live in, diba? I could talk about the millennials. I can talk about um the boomers. I can talk about the Gen X. I can Gen Alpha. I'm talking about the modern era because this is the reality that everybody is facing in recently, and a lot of people, including me, have experienced this problem as well. It's not that um it's not that big of a problem per se. And it's funny that I'm actually doing this also on social media. What I'm talking about is the influence of these content creators on relationships in the daily norm. What am I talking about specifically here? I came across a Instagram reel This was on around. It was actually today that I saw this Instagram reel. The Instagram reel basically tells this woman's story on how she found out that her boyfriend, the then boyfriend, which is her ex, was a narcissist in the relationship. So that's what she was talking about. And then she then proceeds to tell that one of her old therapists told her that if she screamed at you or, made you feel bad, belittled you, that's narcissistic. It is. That's what the therapist told her. If the ex doesn't make you feel good after belittling you, then he's a narcissist, diba? And then I saw the reel again. I saw it again on another Instagram account. This one is by Mr. Hold on. This one was by Mr. Dr. Max Butterfield on Instagram. If you're in a relationship problem or if you have psychology problems as well, I suggest you follow him. He makes great reels. But he came across again. I came across again the same reel, but this time the the psychiatrist, licensed PhD, um, outright denied her claim of the narcissistic path, basically explaining that yeah, that's not narcissistic, that's reductionist. So when we talk about a person who just experienced something, you know, labeling it as narcissistic versus the actual study and the research between it, which do you believe first? Now, here's where it gets different. Okay? Dr. Max Barfield is a licensed psychiatrist. However, this woman is just an influencer who was cutting fruits. Difference is the way that this person was the one who was cutting fruits was trying to relay it to their audience. She was trying to convince the audience of her reel, her TikTok, or whatever, that, hey, I experienced this. So that means if you're experiencing the same thing, then that's it. That's that. Diba? Versus Dr. Butterfield's version of actually explaining it. He's not trying to convince the audience that he has that, hey, this is this guy that does this, so he's this. No, he actually tries to explain it in a sense where it's backed up by research, where it's backed up by his own experiences as well as a professional. Mind you, a psychiatrist does not handle one experience at a time. He handles tens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of experiences in his whole career. That's not just one day. That's not just one relationship. That is astronomically different from one experience, diba? So why am I talking about this nga, no? It's because that is the reality that we have to face in. That is the reality of Gen Z dating. And I believe Gen Z dating relationships are already dead. We me as a part of Gen Z, I know it's ironic. It's ironic and it's very funny because I'm actually speaking to you, the audience too, that I'm a part of the Gen Z era. And I'm saying to myself that Gen Z dating is so toxic. It's because I already experienced it myself, diba? When you live in a world, it's a funny quote, but when you live in this world right now, at my age, where social media is rampant, social media is your everyday. You know, when you wake up, you open your phone, you see what's the next best thing, what's happening in the world, diba? And you really want to know what is happening in this world. So every time you open something, or every time you read, every time that you watch a 30-second clip from something, you have a takeaway from it. You get something from it, diba? And that's how social media also ruined Gen Z dating. I think I honestly believe social media ruined Gen Z dating because back then, oh my god, I gotta talk about this too. Back then, back in the good old days, my mom used to talk about how she wouldn't know anything about anything until maybe a week later or a month, even a month later. Information, experiences, talks with your friends, influencers, actors, anything like that. All of the mediums that were in the past were so slow that it gave people time to think about themselves, learn to heal. Whereas today, social media is so rampant that you can't even think about healing just this quickly. Look, look at what happened with me. Okay, I'm gonna talk about personal experience. Look at what happened with me. I'm gonna be spiffy here for you guys. Look at what happened with me. I'm 24 years old. I just had my first girlfriend. That's it. But the way we ended it was so, it was so peaceful. And it turned out to be not that peaceful. Because why? I grew up as my mom. I'm sorry. I grew up with my mom as the role model as to what a woman should be. Diba? I grew up with that. I grew up believing that, hey, if my mom is this lovely woman, raised me right, is the prime example of an actual human being in this world, then I should trust every woman. Diba? It's how I grew up. It's what I grew up with. And I trust. I trust. That is my weakness as a person. I trust so much that even if it's detrimental to me, I'll still hold on. Because I'm a good person. I know that good people exist in this world. Fuck. If you won't go out on a date with me, after months of me asking for it, I'll still ask you out for a date. Because that's how I love. Diba? Shit. If it comes worst comes to worst. If I had to choose something that is very important versus you, I'd still choose you. Because that's the game, baby. That's the game. That's how you love. But the problem is, even if you do it right, even if you love correctly, in this world where social media has overtaken every single crevice in our own planet, any small different opinion, one thing, even if you do it perfectly, even if you love unconditionally, one small opinion, one small experience from another person would destroy that just like that. And that's where it annoys me. Yes, I'm gonna use the word annoy. That's where it annoys me the most, because it's not only me that's like this. I know countless people, and hopefully whoever would listen to this podcast as well. I know countless people who would, I'm sorry, would say the same thing in regards to dating, in regards to how they dated, in regards to how they love. Even when you look up the a guide of sorts online as to how to court a girl, how to impress a girl, how to talk to a girl. They always say that when a girl replies, don't reply immediately. Reply after 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. But I love this. I like this girl. So why would I waste my time waiting when I can just message her right away? Because social media has already painted people that reply very fast or love or like unconditionally. They are pointed out as desperate people. Again, that's not me that's saying that. That's social media saying it. Ooh, he replied too fast to me. He replied too fast to me. This guy is desperate. No, he actually just genuinely likes you, bro. God. And you're even lucky to have somebody that would take his time and see the reply. You know, it won't take his time. You just, hey, I message you, you replied, I'll reply back too, as long as you reply. Simple as that. Come on. Not no BS about you would come off as desperate. You would come off as desperate, diba? Hey man, don't reply really quickly, or you will be branded as a desperate person. It's not the people themselves who branded it desperation. Nobody branded it as desperation. Only social media. Only influencers with thousands and thousands of followers, viewers would say that. Because they want to paint the image of dating to what they feel about it. Not what you're feeling. No, 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 no. What they are feeling. Because they felt their own experience. And they want their own experience to be influencing what you are experiencing. Another thing is, there is this quote. It's Tale as old as time. Diba? It's a very old quote. It's a very old quote. Ignorance is a bliss. Straight as that. I wanna end this on that. Ignorance is a bliss. When you yourself are in a committed relationship, when you yourself try to love, and I want to emphasize, try to love unconditionally, would you allow third party opinions outside of your own damn relationship, to influence your decisions? All right. I just want to emphasize that. I'll put these up too. See that? That is one, and that's two. These are you. These are these are people in a relationship. If you're gonna like that, boom, they're together. Uh-oh. Here comes influencer number one. Let me get a snug in that a little bit. Oh, who's this? Oh, oh, another person that is not in the middle of our relationship just came out and has their own opinion as to what they observe. Oh, here's another one. Oh my god, it's one of your best friends that keeps on telling you, hey, I don't think you're happy anymore. Look at that. It's already wedged. When it should just be like this. When it should just be like that. Face to face, one another. No influence. No third parties. Nobody. This is what relationships should look like. This is what healthy means. If you yourself are in a relationship where you believe that it's, gone, it's tiring, it's exhausting, throw out your ignorance. Just talk. The chances are, if you talk and your partner listens, then, damn, you're one step closer to love. Real love. But if you say how you feel, what you feel, or what you think about the situation is between you and them, but they react negatively or flip it against you, even if you ask for a simple accountability, even if you ask for simple responsibility. If they flip it against you, verbally abuse you, and that's not a relationship at all. It's not worth it anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked this episode. And I hope to catch you on the next one as well. This has been Xenogre. Stay spiffy. See you next time.